This episode of Your Mom's House is brought to you by Sattva Luxury Mattress, the only online mattress company that provides free delivery, setup, and mattress removal.
Welcome to Your Mom's House with Tom Segura, and
Christina Pajitsky.
welcome to Your Mom's House.
Hi, I'm Peyton Lafferty, and I'm a ball hog. Ball hog.
I'm gonna suck your balls through your ass. I'm gonna suck your balls. I'm gonna suck your balls through your ass. Sniff my balls. Get your nose in there.
Oh fuck, get your nose up in those balls.
Where's the cum?
Oh fuck.
Where's the cum?
Oh fuck.
Hi, I'm Peyton Lafferty. Hi, I'm Peyton Lafferty, and I'm a ball hog.
They just go crazy on the balls.
Where's the cum?
Oh fuck.
I'm Peyton Lafferty, and I'm a ball hog. I'm Peyton Lafferty, and I'm a ball hog. Sniff my balls. Get your nose in there.
I'd do a ball scene for like $1,500. And I'd do the eyelash on the balls, and I'd put my feet on the balls. Like, I'd be the ball queen.
Which one of you dumb hookers out there wants to suck on my balls? Sniff my balls. Sniff my balls.
Oh fuck, get your nose up in those balls.
DJ Boy Butter, who always does a good job, sent that one in. As always, we're open to getting your emails, your questions, your comments, your music, your instrumentals, your songs, your mashups, whatever it may be. Your Mom's Podcast at gmail.com. There's no house in the email address. It's Your Mom's Podcast.
They were all taken. Your mom's house is all taken back then.
Your Mom's Podcast at gmail.com. Thank you very much, DJ Boy Butter. Gene, there's a lot of exciting things to talk about today.
So many things.
How are you feeling?
I'm good, man.
Yeah?
You know, just making a person. Same shit, different toilet. What about you? You're kind of a big deal now. I mean, am I even allowed to share the same air as you?
What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, do you want to make the big announcement?
Well, I think I kind of did it on the... See, I know some people skip the beginning when we do... Yeah, I know. We do
That's
our dates.
terrible.
And we do our... Shingma shit or Charles.
What?
Huh? The dates and the ads and...
Those are very important messages. You guys should not be skipping. Jeez.
So we do that pre-roll, and I mentioned it in the pre-roll last week. But this week, I can get into it more. Why don't I do it after the break here?
Okay, sure.
After we officially open. So that's it. Let's just get the show opened, and I'll tell you all about it. All right, Gene?
Are you a ball hog?
I'm 100% a ball hog. Let's party. Let's have some
Peyton
fun.
Lafferty?
I'm not that good, but I'm all right. Let's do it.
Okay, my first gangbang, I didn't know, like, you're supposed to empty the saline out of the enema things. So it, like, really did the laxative effect, and I just, like, volcanoed shit, like, all over everybody. And it was, like, the worst, and, like, I was crying in the bathroom.
This shit is big time!
Who is Randy?
Don't bring anyone mother into this.
Yo, mom in the fucking stand!
Welcome to Your Mom's House.
You know what I'm saying?
So she's saying the first anal scene,
That she ever did was a gangbang, sounds like.
It's her first anal ever.
She's really cute. I think she's a really cute
Young.
lady. Yeah.
She's very young to do her first anal gangbang. I mean, she may not be 20 years old.
So I guess this is a video. Blue Band sent this of supposed to be embarrassing moments for people.
Wait, but hold on. Can we discuss what she said?
Sartre,
like Jean-Paul. She must be related to the famous French philosopher.
Maybe they have similar philosophies.
Similar, I think, is how you pronounce
that. We learned that. Similar, we learned from Love After Lockup. A lady said similar. And what was Jean-Paul Sartre? What was he most known for?
Okay, he's only my favorite French existentialist philosopher. He believed that existence precedes essence versus essence precedes existence, which is what the common thought forms were before, that your nature was determined for you. And he said, no, that's not true. you can be whoever, whatever.
You want to be.
Not essentially, more or less. That's a very reductive.
But that reductive.
But choice is very important to him, and God doesn't exist, and all that good stuff.
So then this is totally in line with her granddad's philosophy.
Yeah. No. This is exactly a mirror of that
What he's saying.
philosophy. Yeah.
She made a choice.
She made a choice to do gangbang anal.
And she didn't know how to use the enema.
Right. So she's saying that I've never enemaed myself before.
God, what are you, fucking new?
Have you?
Of course.
Really?
I shoot scenes all the time.
See?
Yeah.
Well, we'll get into that, but I'm assuming there is saline, and then she's saying she didn't.
Let's hear it again.
I'm not sure I understand what the problem was.
Let's hear it happen.
Okay, my first
She's vocal
gangbang,
fry,
I didn't
too.
know.
And a lot of upspeak.
Like, you're supposed to empty the saline out of the enema things.
Okay.
So it, like, really did the laxative effect, and I just, like, volcanoed shit, like, all over everybody. And it was, like, the worst, and, like, I was crying in the bathroom.
They cry in the bathroom. I am more affected by her upspeak and her vocal fry than the actual shitting
The
on
content,
people.
yeah.
I don't care. But I'm assuming there's like saline. You're not supposed to put all of it up your ass, and she did more than she should have.
Well, what I understood from just the way that she explains that is that saline's not supposed to go up there at all. That's what it sounds like.
Oh, so then why do they put it in the enemas?
Well, let's.
Okay, my first gangbang, I didn't know, like, you're supposed to empty the saline out of the enema things.
See?
Out of the enema things?
So you're not supposed to put it in yourself. Maybe the saline keeps the enema,
fresh?
Yeah, or clean.
Smelling like roses?
I don't know. In other words, that's how you know it's fresh.
Yeah.
Has saline in it. You empty it and then you use it. So she put the saline in herself. That's what I'm.
Yeah, I'm assuming
deducing from this.
I'm assuming you're not supposed to put the saline in your butt, and
Yeah,
she did.
And she did, and it
then,
made you shit a lot.
Now, here's the thing, though. From what I understand of the enemas, is that it's pretty instantaneous. Like we've seen people give themselves enemas. The coffee lady, remember?
Yeah.
You put it up their ass.
She was like,
yeah.
I'm seeing the light. Yeah.
And you kind of wait like 5 minutes, and then you just shit everything out. So why the time delay?
That's interesting.
I'm not sure
I don't know. I
understand.
want to understand enemas more.
I need to know more about this enema. And
We could ask Charlotte Schotter, and maybe she would explain to us. That's I don't know. She seems like a nice lady though.
I like her. I feel bad for her that that happened.
Well, she seems also like she's over it. She's like, that was the first time.
Yeah, but now she's done lots of anal gangbangs and lots of enemas, and she's
she
probably
knows.
pro.
It's sort of like when you're an open micer, is what I assume
Yeah.
the story is like. You're like, I didn't know when I was supposed to go on stage, and
I blew the light.
yeah, and I didn't know that meant that I'm ruining the show for everybody.
I love those knuckle tats. I really do, and I'm
Yeah.
not saying that facetiously.
No, I know
really,
you've talked about it
I-
for a long time.
Yeah, I really
I don't
like them.
see you with them.
I don't say mommy either.
But you
I
have been
love
talking
'em.
about a tattoo. You've been wanting to do the forearm thing.
No, I know, but then it's not me. It's like we were talking about. Like
The
it's,
person you think you are.
It's a person I'd like to
versus
be.
who you are.
Yeah, I'm a nerd.
I
I'm
like
not
that
cool.
thing. I feel like
Not
that too
cool.
with clothes. I'll be like, that looks cool
On somebody else.
on somebody else. Yeah.
No, it's not me. It's not my style. I can't. Look how cool she is. Like she's got
She's
the
very
cool
cool.
hair and the cool glasses, and I'm just not.
Choker. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, dude. Like she's cool. I'm not fucking cool.
I don't know.
I can't do gangbang anal. Would you
about
do
this?
gangbang anal on your first anal? I thought that's very what's the word I'm looking for? Ambitious, no?
It's very ambitious, and we don't recommend it when we shoot scenes. we recommend a one-on-one for my production house.
Big BGG GGBB
Yeah, she did a
BDSMs.
BBBBG anal. That's a lot.
So every guy goes in her butthole. That's what that.
I don't know.
guess.
Yeah, I think so. Gangbang anal. Yeah, I think that's what
Wow.
that means. All you guys are gonna get in that butt.
How much money do you think she got for that?
A couple grand.
That's it.
I think so. I'm guessing though.
I wonder how they rate that. Like, there's a flat rate just for the anal?
It's
and
probably
then-
like, hey, do you want to shoot this scene? It normally pays 1,000, but if you do anal,
That's
it's
like
1,500. And then she was like,
50.
whoa. And then they're like, hey, if you let like 8 guys get in there, you do like $2,000.
But that's what I'm.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. So let's say the baseline's 1,500. You're doing anal,
Yeah.
right? And then so the anal is like a flat rate of 1,000,
I
and
think
then
anal's more than that.
1,500.
Okay.
And then the agent goes, but for every additional guy,
Yeah.
that's like $100 more. So in her head, she's
And-
doing that hooker math of like. Ding,
Well, the
ding,
hooker
ding, ding,
math
ding.
is this. It's probably like, hey, that's not that much. And then he's like, you're already letting a guy fuck you in the butt.
Yeah. Why not let 7
So
more?
like, there's a few more there. It's the same. Like, He just extends the scene by like 30 minutes. And then she's like, yeah, all right, I might as well get. You know what I mean?
That agent said
It's
that.
like,
to
do you want to
her.
add a
Yeah.
Sunday show?
Yeah,
Not
I
ready.
know.
And they're
There's
like,
such.
you're already there.
I know. That's what our agent does. Like,
Yeah.
well, what's the big deal? You're already there. You may as well let 7 more guys come in your butt. What's the
Yeah.
big deal?
It's surely true.
Yeah, and
There's
she's
not a lot of differences between porn and comedy.
Of course not.
No.
Of course not. I totally get it.
Well, it's like when they tell me, they go, do you want to add a Thursday show? I'm like, I'm already there on Thursday.
You're already there. You're
So
already
it's
making your money, and you get greedy. You see the dollar signs. You know it's one more dick in your ass.
I know. It's another dick.
It's another dick, but it's so worth it.
They're like, you're already lubed up. Just fucking do the scene, man.
do the scene. It still makes me laugh that we call porno movies like they're
I
scenes.
know.
Because what
I have to work tomorrow.
right? Like it's not. Because then we should call them different things. Because people that make legit movies, they shoot scenes.
Yeah. These are scenes too.
But they're different.
I know. They are very different.
Not that I'm judging. I like pornography. I'm very pro.
Yeah, I'm pro porn too.
Pro
man.
pornography and people making a living however they have to. But
It's
I
funny
just think
that
they
it's
should call it. Yeah, it's not a scene. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're acting. They kind of are. It's performative, definitely.
Yeah, that's true. It's not like regular amateurs laying around having sex.
No, it's hard. She just took
Yeah.
how many dicks in her butt?
We don't know that. We just know it was an anal gangbang.
Oof.
Here's
I
another.
mean, that's got to be so painful.
Want to hear another war story?
Love to. I love this
No,
shit.
I can't think of like an embarrassing. I don't get embarrassed. Like I'm not afraid to like act like an idiot.
The time, like if you're doing anal, maybe some poop might come out.
Yeah, that's a good.
If you're, sucking some dick and you're doing it a little bit too much, you may throw up over the cock. It's a number of things, but you're just kind of like, hey, whatever, wipe and go.
Now that would not be fun for you.
That's definitely not for me. No, I'm an emetophobe. That would not. But I kind of get it. Like, especially after having given birth once already, I don't give it. Like today we went for an ultrasound and the nurse was like, I'll leave the room so you can take your pants off. And no need.
Like, it's fine.
I don't fucking care. You're going to look at my vag in 2 seconds anyways.
I think the more kids people have too, the less they care about modesty.
Dude,
what?
Are you kidding me? My body's a fucking
I feel like it applies to
shit.
me too. I'm always like, I'm old now. You can look. Doesn't matter. I don't care who sees it.
Right.
There's nothing good here.
It's your problem. Like, you have to look at this pile of shit. Go for it.
It's really bad on me.
Yeah.
I look like I've had multiple kids.
Your body looks better now than it ever has. What are you talking about?
I feel like it looks like I've had triplets.
You look better now than you did when we first started dating. You look fantastic.
No, not when we first started dating. When we first got
Yeah.
married. Not when we first started dating.
Yes, you look just like you did when we first started dating.
No.
You're skinny, you're fit.
Skinny,
You look
please.
great.
Please.
What are you talking about, Peyton?
And Peyton knows the truth.
Give yourself some. My body's all stretched out.
I'm trying to
and
think
fucked up.
I think I would be bothered more by the shit if I was the guy doing the scene.
By brown?
By brown than puke. I mean,
Oof.
personally. I mean, I'm not an emetophobe.
no.
I mean, I know because vomit smells horrible.
I hate vomit.
But shit would be like a real, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think, what could I recover from more quickly as far as.
Shit. Any day.
I don't know.
When
I could
stranger shit
see
is tough.
some version of being excited by the vomit occurring because of my pee-pee down her mouth.
Sure.
So I'd be like, that's pretty cool.
I did that.
I did that. But the poop, I'd be like,
And it's a stranger shit. It's not like your beloved's.
no, I know.
Because if I
It's just
pooped
some
on
meth
you,
addicts shit
Right.
that put too much saline in their butt before the scene shot.
because if I shit on you, would you even be phased?
No,
really?
nothing about you would faze me.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Same. I mean,
different.
I don't know. It would feel weird to be all warm. Like I always picture the temperature of something like that.
It's warm.
Yeah, like a hot turd.
They're both
Ugh.
warm. The puke and the shit.
Yeah, I don't like that.
But the shit would be a little extra hot, I think. There's more weight to it.
Yeah.
Oof.
But
All right.
puke's harder to clean
I'm
up.
almost tapping out of our own show.
A turd you could just kind of pick up, unless it's diarrhea.
You gotta wash. You gotta shower.
Of course, you have to shower in both cases.
Yeah. This guy's is pretty funny. This guy's
Okay.
here.
You know what is sometimes embarrassing?
Is this my
when,
dad?
When you come to a porn set, like you come
don't
in
like-
and you think you don't know the girl.
The
It's
girl?
like, hey, very nice to meet you. My name is
German,
Mick.
Austrian.
And then the girl says, you don't remember? You did my first boy girl scene. Most of the time after when the girl says like, you remember, then, you know, like everything starts working in the brain. And then you kind of like look back 500, 625 and a half scenes. And then somehow it comes slowly blurry back.
Yeah.
And then there is a moment and you're like, all right, I remember.
It could totally be your dad's story about any number of people he met.
Well, of course. I'm thinking more of his accent, but yeah, of course, yeah.
No, his accent, but he could have the same story. He could be like, nice to meet you.
Yeah, I've never.
And then she'd be like, excuse me? You don't remember me?
No, easily. I once asked him.
Right. Yes, Miami Beach.
Yeah, I once asked my dad, how many women do you think you've slept with? And he said, not enough.
It's a great answer.
It is a funny answer, but no, clearly, easily. I mean,
yeah.
No, I don't think my dad ever did it for a living, but
this guy legit has this happen all the time.
Yeah.
You realize that? He's like, oh yeah. That's weird, right? I mean, you're like, I had sex with you.
I ejaculated inside of you. I think I did.
I think I remember you.
You know what's interesting too is that they call it boy, girl, girl, boy, instead of male, female, or woman or man. It's also very infantilized in a weird way. I never thought
of that. That's true.
Right? Like it's boy, girl, boy. It's like you can hear the.
It's a pretty good porno voice.
The dumb slut. Yeah. It's like boy, girl. You can hear her damage talking. It's like boy, girl. Yeah, there she is.
Give me my reward.
I want all the kind.
I had to do a cream pie scene. It was like one of my first scenes in the industry, and it was totally fine the whole scene. Jesus. And we go to do the final shot, and it's a cream pie, so he's pulling out of me, and instead of a cream pie, it was a period pie.
Oh no! Damn, it was a strawberry shortcake.
Yeah.
Damn, these girls go varsity on their first
That's
scenes.
what I'm saying. She's like, it's one of my first scenes.
You think they'd like...
But she might have made that extra $40 because you get the extra 100.
Right, the agent. It's the agent again.
Yeah, the agent's like, you just go buy the morning after pill. You got $40 in your pocket now.
$40 in my pocket.
Yep.
That sucks, dude.
Just buy 2 tickets to the movies and get Coke and fucking popcorn.
And you know they weren't thrilled. You know that the director was not sympathetic and like, you just fucking ruined the scene.
That's the part that actually makes me sad.
Yeah.
Because the story is kind of like, I empathize with how embarrassing that would be for her.
Yeah.
But you're right. They'd be like, great, now we don't even fucking have a cream pie.
Isn't that the whole point? Yeah.
She's like, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Not even.
How long does this period shit last with you? God. All right.
Well, I remember Jules Ventura when she was in here. We asked her how she deals with the period stuff, and she said they put a sponge up there.
Oof.
Just for people who are curious, that they just put a sponge, and then you can work when you're still having your period.
I didn't realize that you actually did some porn because it looks like you're here talking about this one.
Probably trying to like be sexy for some social media thing and passing gas on the camera, trying to be like funnily sexy, like, oh, twerk for me real quick. And I like let one. And then the thing is, it was almost like live stream, so it couldn't even be like taken down. It was just on there. Like,
oh, shit. That's
so
hilarious.
Farting, Gene.
Oh, jeez.
That would definitely be your story. You'd be like, oh, I farted a bunch.
Yeah, but here's the thing. That would be my whole genre.
Yeah, they'd be like, you're the fart person.
I'm the fart mistress.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even I wouldn't do any of the anal or any cream pie. I would all farts.
All farts?
Fart in.
Fart in.
Just a fart in video.
Can never find that drop when
That's the easiest one to do is the fart stuff. Are you kidding me?
Fart in.
It's already my lane.
Yeah, I know. Right, where is that?
Fart in.
There it is. God damn it. I can never find it.
fart in. S-A-R-T.
All right, so we should probably tell him, right?
Can you talk about your boy girl?
My boy girl. So this is what happened. I mentioned it in the last pre-roll, and I said I would get it. I didn't want to do it in that pre-roll because that was after we had shot the video and recorded the episode, and then you would have only some audio of it and not on the video. It didn't make sense. I had to move my Salt Lake City shows. My
Charlotte Titty.
Charlotte Titty shows. And I had to cancel Australia, even though I'm looking for dates to come back. It's a little more complicated. when you go
That's
abroad.
so far away, Australia.
Yeah, but the reason why is because I booked a role in a major motion picture movie.
Whoop. Where's the chips in a bowl? Where's the
should've
fucking
done-
cat eating kibble? You
I
didn't
know.
even prepare. This is a big announcement.
I know. Well, sometimes you don't get things.
Your first
right.
scenes. You're doing your scenes.
Chips in a bowl.
Where's the cat eating kibble?
I don't have that one on me. But I'm really excited about it, actually.
Of course you are. It's your first boy-girl scene that you've ever done.
Here's what I was thinking for people that don't know. If you had asked me just over 16 years ago when I got here, if you'd asked me, what do you think you'll probably end up doing? Do you think you'll be making a living as a stand-up comedian or as an actor in shows and movies? I would be like, 100% as an actor. There's no way I'm doing stand-up. Like, that's what I would have thought if you'd asked me. I can take my mind back to that time.
Well, because that's what you really wanted. I remember.
That's what I came out here to
met
do.
you when you shortly after you landed here in LA, and that was like your thing. You were an actor. You were in a play.
Yeah, that's right.
You were doing classes. You were really. Isn't that interesting though? How life kind of gives you a detour.
I know, and I remember, for a lot of people do this when they come out here. They sign up for one of the, it's IO, it's UCB.
Improv Olympics.
Yeah, Improv Olympics, the Groundlings, and then what's the Chicago-based one?
Second City.
Second City. So when I moved out here, I looked up, I saw that like Will Ferrell and a couple other people were from the Groundlings, and I was like, that's where I'm going to go.
Yeah, I did that one too.
So I went to the Groundlings. I tested and I got to skip a level, and then I did a series with them, and then I did level 2 with them, and then you go to this thing called Writing Lab, but you have to wait for it. They call you when it's about writing.
I remember
sketches.
when you got that.
And when they called me, I had just started making $50 a set emceeing, like getting paid to do shows, and I was a couple of years into stand-up, and I remember. Even though I wanted to take it, it was kind of that thing that you go, do I go do that? Or do I put more into the thing that's already kind of starting to work for me?
Right.
And I thought, if I go do that, it's going to take away from this stand-up thing that it's not just that I'm making money doing it, it's that I'm enjoying doing it. I'm working at it now. And so I passed on it. And they go, we'll only call you one more time to see if you want to do it the next time. And I said, okay. They called again. I passed again. And then it was like, hey, I'm doing stand-up full throttle. And then I did a number of auditions for different things, and I booked that huge Subway campaign.
Which, if you've never heard this, I mean, it was pretty nutty that at one point you were going to play Jared's derelict brother.
Yeah, on this would have been
funny.
that Flo from the Progressive.
She's made a fortune being Flo.
The way that this was presented to me, they're like, you are going to be the counter to Jared on Subway, and if these ads work out, it's just going to run all the time. This will be your life now.
I remember when you got that, and you and I were like, "Oh my God, you're going to be a millionaire!"
Oh yeah,
this is crazy. This is
20,
crazy.
I was looking at. I was 25.
I know.
That's how long ago that was. Now.
I know, 2005.
And I flew to New York. We shot commercials. Here's the thing: there are commercials somewhere.
Yes.
Somebody has these. And, I don't know. I've never gotten a hold of them, but they just never aired. And the reason they aired was fate. My agent didn't even know. You know who I think notified me? I want to say it was Larson. And I want to say because he read something. What happened was unrelated to the campaign. It had nothing to do with the campaign. The VP of marketing at Subway resigned. He resigned. And this is a common thing in any business practice. He resigns because he was of age. He was 60-something years old. A new VP is hired. So the new VP of marketing, what they do is you kill all the other guys' ideas for 2 reasons. If they're bad and they don't work out, they'd be like, what the fuck did you keep that for? Right? You should have.
Yeah.
And if they're good, then you're basically crediting your predecessor. You know what I mean? So you don't want.
So it's like in the wild when a lion takes over a family.
That's right.
He kills all the young of the lioness and then reproduces. And they have their own babies.
And that's a very common practice in major corporations.
In business.
Yes.
Isn't that evil? Good
so
Lord. Can I have a sip here?
I didn't even get to see if they worked out. I just got the call that the campaign was dead. And I was like heartbroken, mostly because I was like, this was going to be a huge jump, a big platform for me to get on and be funny. The commercials were funny, they're corporate commercials,
and I
but
remember
they were funny ads.
you had to memorize that song by Rat, Round and Round.
That's right.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And
they licensed that song, and I had to be like driving up and singing that, and then I crashed my car into this thing at a park.
Yeah, you were like Jared's fuck up brother, and then you
and the whole idea was for people. Some of you may have heard it, but if you haven't heard it, the reason was Jared could only push healthy subs, and they're like, we need to be able to advertise unhealthy subs.
Up.
And they're like, you could do that, Tom.
Oh my god!
So while Jared would say,
"That's
get
hilarious.
a turkey sub, it's healthy," I go, "The chicken parm's not bad either." And then that would be the ad,
That's right. You were like the slovenly brother that could plug all the unhealthy.
And
so
in
funny. I
addition
forgot
to
about that
the
bit.
downside of being just the Subway ad guy, of course, I have the added benefit that if that had worked out, I would now be associated with a convicted child pornographer who's serving major prison time.
That, and I think it would have affected your stand-up material.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's a major corporation, and you would not be making the jokes that you'd make on these last specials.
Or would be the worst thing would be, I could do stand-up, but everyone would be like, tell us to eat fresh.
Right.
Or like, do the fucking line from the commercial. I'd be like, all right. And then I'd have like subs kind of carted out to the stage, and I'd be making jokes about food. It would be fucking terrible.
Because on the one hand, it's kind of a gilded cage. Like the girl that does Flo, the progressive girl, she was an improv actress. I remember.
She's great.
She's really great, and she does a great job at those ads. But I'm saying that you're kind of locked in as an identity. Like that's it. She's Flo forever. And at least in our business, it's very hard to get out of that.
It's hard to get out of. But the upside is that she has probably great security.
Millions. And she's got it made. But
she's got it made.
It'd be very hard to do anything else creatively, I think, for her.
So there's that. That goes down. I do a couple other commercials. I did a Domino's ESPN one. They partnered up. Yeah. Then I did a couple other commercials. I'm trying to remember.
Oh, I remember you did. Yes, with Catherine. Yeah. Right?
And then, no, that wasn't with Kat.
You did a sitcom. You did Jay Moore's.
I did a couple of things on him. And then, I booked, I'm trying to think of the things I booked an episode of Workaholics.
Yeah.
Where I had a great scene that got cut out entirely. That was going to be like my, all right, I booked a great scene. I booked a scene on, was it Pushing Up Daisies, the ABC show, where it wasn't. I had one scene with, let's say, 5 or 6 lines, and they cut it down to 1 word. So all these things where you're like, Jesus Christ. And by the way, as that's happening, I'm moving further along in stand-up. So I'm like, I kind of just see it as like this side thing where I'm like, I really wish this would work out, but it just is not,
But the point being that you've had, it's pretty ridiculous, 16 years of near misses. You quite literally, you get cast in the big sitcom, but your line gets cut out.
Yep.
You get flown out to New York to try out for the producers to read for this movie.
That's the most recent one.
Right.
Which
So
I don't remember if we talked about on this show.
No, we did not.
But
no.
I didn't want to give away, I don't know, it's like kind of
I won't say who it's for.
Right, but so I flew out, I auditioned for a movie over the summer, and the audition went really well. And then they flew me to New York to test. So when you test, they basically have producers in the room, like higher ups, the director, and then you're also on film with somebody who is cast in the movie.
And it's usually between you and a handful, maybe, of other people.
Yeah, in this case, it was one other person.
Right, wow.
Because they gave me the heads up.
You were really close.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Even though when I didn't get it, I was bummed. Part of you starts to go this kind of makes sense, because here's the thing you learn about film casting. Almost all the financiers in film look at things like, well, what else have they done? And this is like the screwy circle of things not working out, is that they'll go, well, actor 1 has never done anything. Actor 2's been in 10 movies and 3 television shows. And then they go, oh, well, we want it to be the proven actor.
Right.
So they go with actor 2, which happened to me in that movie. They called me and he goes, The other actor was a well-known actor, and he goes, they gave it to him, and I was like, yeah, they're going to give it to him every time.
Yeah.
Because he's a proven
entity. Well, that's why it's so hard to break into things like sitcom or film, because first of all, a lot of sitcom actors
nutty, though.
have been doing sitcoms since they were 4.
Yeah.
And they've been in the system. There's a system that kind of, it's the same people over and over. That's why you see the same 5 actors doing everything in the sitcom world and in the film world, because you're kind of, once you're in early, you're in the system.
By
It's
the way,
really hard to break in.
I almost didn't go in on this audition.
That's right.
The
oh
one,
my
no,
gosh.
the one that I just booked. That's the funniest thing.
Oh, that's right. I remember you were like,
for
"Meh."
those who don't know, like when you get an audition, at first it comes in an email, and it just says you have an audition, this Friday, and it has all the details. It has the breakdown of the part, what it is, who's directing it, who wrote it. Sometimes it has when it'll shoot, and then it has where the audition is. So it was the week after my special came out, and I'm doing all this press every day. It's like, you're doing a TV thing, you're doing 2 things of this, you're doing Conan, you're doing radio, that you're going to do these 3 podcasts. In the middle of all that, I pick up my phone. It says you have a audition, this day, and I'm like, all right. I just don't even answer. Next day, I have 3 more things to press. Then I get an email that says, "Can we confirm you for the audition?" And I just wrote like, "No, I got too much going on." Which is not unusual. I pass on a lot of auditions because of our schedules. Like we have touring schedule, our kid, things in our own, we have things going on. So most of the time I would say I consider those things and I'll turn down auditions, So this time my agent happened to call me. He never calls when I say I can't make it to this. And he goes, "The director requested to see you for this. I really think you should try to go in." So I'm like, okay. Well, get me a new day because I can't do it.
Yeah. Well, the other thing that people don't know, if you're not in this show business, they always are like, "We get you a time. Here's a time," and you can't. It's really hard to change that.
They tell you the time, and that's it.
And you could not have child care. You could be on the other side of town, and they don't care.
Mention, for people that aren't aware of it, sometimes you get 6 p.m., 6:30, 7 p.m. It'll say, "Hey, you have an audition tomorrow morning at 10 a.m." And you're like,
to prepare.
Dude, I have this kid. I'm gonna put him down, and how am I gonna be ready for that? It's like that. It'll happen that quickly,
Yeah.
So, anyways, I take of course, after he tells me that, I take the audition. I go on it. I thought it went really well, but that's the thing is, most of the time when you audition and you think it goes well,
no.
You never even hear anything. And sometimes when you think the audition went poorly, they'll call you and be like, "You have a callback. You're going back to sit." And you're like, "What?" So you just never know the formula. Anyway, the director told me or gave my agent some feedback and was like, "Tell him to come to my house." Now, he didn't say tell him. He said, "Tell him to give him my number." And then I talked to him, and he's like, "Do you want to work on the scene?" And I was like, "Sure."
And you're like, "Do I have to loofah your back in the shower?"
Is it a 3 a.m. kind of meeting or what's going to go on? So, no, but he was like super, I don't know, the nicest guy in this business I think that I've ever met is this director. I went over there. We talked about the scene. We ran it a few times.
How many? Was it a boy, girl, boy?
It was a boy because it was just the two of us.
It was just boy. Yeah,
it was just boy.
And did you give yourself an enema before the scene?
I took all the saline out, but I did do that just to make sure. And then it's like, hey, he worked on it. And then he's like, "Oh, you still have to go back and test, and then you still have to get approved by all the other producers and the studio executives at Paramount."
It's a lot. So nerve-wracking.
Well, but I also was, I think with age, like how long I've been doing this, I was like, yeah, okay, sure. And then I was also cool with the fact that they might say, "Hey, they liked you, but no."
Right. Seth Rogen needs another movie.
Well, anyone, I just kind of was just like, yeah, that's fine. I mean, I understood that it's likely not going to happen.
Right.
So,
which is kind of liberating.
It is kind of
when
liberating.
You're like, well, I'm swinging for the back of the room here, and if it doesn't happen, it probably won't happen.
Yeah,
it's
and
okay.
I also realized that it's not my livelihood. Thank God, I don't rely on it to have my bills paid or anything. I was like,
it's like that gala skate in the figure skating world. They've already won the medal, and you can tell they're so much more relaxed when they're doing those moves in the rink, right?
It's a totally way of looking at it. Yes,
you're there. You already have your gold medal in stand up. So
and then then the director texted me, "Give me a call when you can." I'm like, motherfucker, like he's being nice, but to tell me that
it's always that when it's like, give me a call. You're like, I didn't get it.
Because he was so nice, I thought he was gonna be like, "I just want you to know, I thought you did a great job.
We love you. You're my favorite."
Give him a call, and he's like, "Hey man, you're doing the movie. You booked the part."
So crazy.
What? I couldn't believe it. I really was overjoyed. Like I said, it's just something I've wanted to do for so long.
So long, Gene.
So the movie shoots in Atlanta. It's starring Mark Wahlberg,
crazy,
Rose Byrne, Octavia Spencer. There's a couple other comics in it. Tig Notaro's in it.
Oh, Tig.
Eliza
Okay.
Schlesinger's in it.
Eliza.
Anyways, it's a great cast and a great script, and I can't believe that I get to do it.
Now, who's your fucking movie wife? Let's
my
talk
movie
about
wife,
that.
of course. Yeah. Alan Rachel. She's great.
And is she unattractive? Because I'd like to make sure that she's not attractive.
She is attractive.
Oh.
Yeah, she's very
Well,
cute.
can we change that?
I don't think so. I mean, I could ask her to like shave her head or something like that before the
Why don't you
scenes.
make her do the skullet?
I don't know that I get that power, but I'll suggest it. I'll suggest it.
Well, Gene, I'm very proud of you, and I'm very happy for you. And I know you've wanted this
Yeah.
for so long, and we've had so many near successes on this.
And by the way, that is the net. I mean, thank you very much, and I know you know how much I've wanted to do something like this. The other thing is that the next call I get is like, "What are we going to do about these dates?" You have to. So now I have to
know.
move dates, and it's one of the ones where, trust me, I don't like doing that, especially to people that are coming to see me. I do super appreciate everybody's support in the live stand-up stuff. But the way that these things usually go is, the movie takes they own you for the time that they shoot. That's
Right.
how the
Well,
contract.
it's millions of dollars in
Yeah.
production, and
Not to me, believe me.
not to him, but
I'm
to
not
Mark
making-
Wahlberg and to
Yeah. I'm not making anything crazy on this.
You know what's so interesting? I was listening to Kathy Griffin, and she was giving an interview about when she was working on a Michael Jackson video as an extra back in the 80s. And she said that Michael Jackson would just blow off going to set.
Yeah.
And he and Macaulay Culkin would go to
Shopping.
the mall.
Yeah.
And she asked the director, "Hey, how much money is he blowing by doing that?" And he goes, $1 million a day. And this is back in the 80s, by the way. So there's a lot of money that goes into these films and into
it's crazy.
music videos. It's such a huge production that kind of becomes the priority in show business,
does.
and then everything else.
So look, I don't know if I'll ever book another job again.
You will.
I'm just saying. I mean, it was 16 years for the first one, so I don't know if I'll ever book another job again. But I'm going into this with like the attitude of like I want to enjoy this experience.
Yeah.
Shooting a big movie,
And boy scene.
I get to do. I have like some really funny lines. It's a fun character. I get to play. I'm playing Mark's brother-in-law, and who's basically kind of a loudmouth.
Well, don't say too much.
No, I'm just saying. It's kind of
That's
this
perfect, though.
doofus.
For you. Are you a piece of shit scumbag? Because I feel like
No, I'm not a piece of shit scumbag.
I feel
but I mean,
like
there's a
that's a
bunch of
good
makeout
lane for-
scenes. There's a bunch of shower
Hey.
scenes.
No.
Yeah. Yes, there are.
No.
Yes, there are.
With you and your movie wife?
Yes, but
I
it's,
don't think so.
It's acting. We act. We don't.
Babe.
I come in. We take a shower. There's like a morning blowjob, and then we go and we drive over and we see our relatives. But that's just. I didn't write it. Talk to Sean.
All right. Well,
I'll see my buddy. It's funny too that I'm going to see one of my old best friends. My old roommate lives in Atlanta with his family. So I'll see Justin.
That's good. That's good.
really
You have a
exciting.
friend there in ATL.
Yeah, even Case was going to come down one weekend.
Good.
And, yeah, because he's not too far, and it should be a great time.
Well, I'm gonna miss you.
I'm going to miss you too.
Baby Jeans is gonna miss you. You're gonna be gone for like a month.
I'm a couple weekends. I'm going to fly home. Then the couple that I'm staying, I'm actually going to try to do stand up in the area. So look for an announcement of a couple shows at least in the greater, somewhere drivable to Atlanta.
Now, if you get a movie wife, do I get a temporary husband while you're gone?
100%. Yeah.
Who do I get to pick?
Well, you have to audition people the same way that I auditioned.
Okay. Comics only?
No, I don't want them No.
It has to be a comedian. I'm married to a comedian, babe. Your scene partner is a comic actress,
That's
right?
right. Yeah. Okay. God, we're gonna have so much fun.
Would you stop with that?
What?
Babe.
What? I've never
No.
shot these types of scenes, you know?
Your scenes.
So many boy-girl scenes.
You're
we
doing
have
your
together.
scene work, Tom.
Yeah.
How are you going to prepare for your
Boy,
scenes?
girl, boy.
Now, are you going to
girl,
go
boy.
method like Jim Carrey did in Man on the Moon?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are you going to be one of those douchebags that's like, I'm in character all the time. Don't
Like-
call me Tom. My character name is Frank or
It's
whatever.
Russ.
It's Russ.
So
I'm
anytime-
Russ.
Anytime someone says Tom, I'll be like, who are you talking to?
Who are you talking to?
It's Russ. God.
I can't wait for you to become that kind of a movie star.
Yeah. movie
And are you
star.
going to be, are you going to demand that people can't make eye contact with you on set?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nobody look at me. It's in my contract.
It's really, yeah. No, I'm basically, it's funny because I'm going back to, I'm an open micer on the acting.
The movie world.
On the movie world, yeah. So I'm doing like introductory level everything, which is great.
That's fun.
It's a great way to step into it.
Craft services, that means free food every day on the
food.
set. Can't beat that.
You can't go crazy because I don't want to be all Bart on it, you know?
You don't want to get Burt fat.
No. God, did you see him?
I know.
He shot his special, which I heard was a maze.
Oh, I heard the opposite.
Oh, really? I heard that it
I
went
heard he
really.
tanked. It was terrible.
I heard it went really well.
Yeah.
From people in Philly, and also you'd be surprised, but Bert himself actually said how amazing.
Really?
His own
Not
thing
like
went.
him.
Yeah, not like him at all.
It's as though he called over here the next morning and told us how great
How
he did.
great it went, and how it was the best show of all time. And I was like, this sounds very much like you.
So modest,
he was
that
like,
Bert.
He was like, honestly, this is like the best show of my life.
He's so like quiet and understated
I
about
know,
stuff. It's so
very
weird.
odd. And then I saw pictures of him.
Yeah. It was bad?
No, I mean his body is so.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because he did it shirtless for this special.
He did do it, another shirtless special, which is so funny that there'll be 2 specials of him shirtless.
Yeah.
And you will just be like, which one? Like, normally you'd be like, hey, what special are you talking about? And you'd be like, oh, the one where the guy's shirtless.
Yeah.
Now they're going to be like, you know how that shirtless guy, the one where he's a little less fat, is the one I'm talking about.
And the neat part is that because that'll be his calling card, like Larry the Cable Guy wearing a sleeveless.
Dude, I hope it's the
flannel.
biggest special of all time, just so it solidifies that he has to be shirtless.
shirtless, so-
Because
yeah.
at that point,
Yeah.
if he walks around with a shirt somewhere, people will be like, you're being a dick. Like,
Yeah.
just take your fucking shirt
Like,
off.
when he does Conan, he's got to do it shirtless.
Uh-huh.
And when he goes wherever, and he's going to be like 80 years old, and
Oh,
he's got to
yeah.
have to do. He's got to do it shirtless.
Of course.
That's who he is.
And let's be honest, we're all going to, we work at trying to keep these shit bodies in some type of shape.
Yeah.
He's going to fall off, at
course.
some point in the next few years. And like when he gets really fat again, I can't wait to see him have to take this. Because then it's actually, here's the thing. It really is actually funnier to see him shirtless, more out of shape. So
Yeah, that's kind of the whole point, right?
Yeah.
Is to see him look like shit. I
Yeah.
hope he doesn't get in shape.
no, I hope not either.
Now, Leanne Kreischer started her own
Yeah.
podcast called Wife of the Party.
It's a great name.
It's a great It's a great name. I listened to the first half of it. She's doing some special diet. She was talking about the Beachbody diet, I think it's called.
Oh, Bert's not doing that.
Definitely not. So that's, anyway, give Leanne's podcast a listen.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's a friend of ours, too. But a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. A lot of stuff going on.
So we wrapped up our prison show. Was that you or me?
Yeah, that was a throat thing.
Throat cum.
Yeah.
We wrapped up our prison show, Love After Lockup, and we're devastated because that was the 7th and final episode last night, Gene.
Yeah, that was a great short run series.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about it for a while. But yeah, I was sad that it came to an end, but I don't want to ruin it for people because ever since we brought it up, I got a lot of messages from people saying they're diving into it.
Oh, so let's not.
Yeah, but I mean, now it's clearly it's over at this point. You should have seen it if you're watching it.
Well, no, because that new episode, the last one, just dropped.
Right, but this episode is.
Oh, we're in the future.
Yeah.
Right.
So but it's alarming. Some of it is very.
Some of it is so upsetting to me, especially the one. There's a mother of 3 children, and just I don't want to give it too much away, but she really fucks up her kids' lives for the chance to marry this convicted felon. It's pretty fucking amazing.
Yeah.
That, and then I don't think there were
That's
too many
incredible.
surprises on that show.
I was surprised. Oh, no, there is a
Which
surprise.
one? Which one?
White boy in Florida. Remember?
Yeah.
She does. Can I
That's
say it
true.
or no? You know?
No, don't do it
Yeah.
in case people haven't seen
If
it.
you haven't seen it, I don't know. But there's definitely a couple surprises, and then that's actually one where you go like, oh, that's good that the surprise happened.
Yeah. Well, what's so funny is that you and I totally flipped. Like at first we were like, these prisoners are scumbags. They're taking advantage of these innocent people. And now we're like, these prisoners are just like nice people trying to get their
trying.
lives.
Yeah.
And these assholes on the outside are totally taking advantage of them. And like, they all get out. These guys get out, and the women are like, when are we getting married? Why isn't there a big ceremony? I want to wear my dress. I want to have my bridal shower. It's like, dude, he just got out of prison.
Yeah.
He's
give it
shell
a-
shocked. He's traumatized. He doesn't have a job. He's still having to check in with his parole officer like every hour. You know, he can't even leave LA County. Like, why are
It's
you putting
weird
demands on him?
That with most of them, they've been with the guy for a while, and they have so little compassion, understanding, and empathy for their situations. That's
Like
the part
none.
that, as the outsider, you're like, how do you not? This guy's trying to adjust after 6 years in prison. Why aren't you having a little more? Like, you can't see that.
Well, the Canadian guy especially, there's a couple in Toronto, and the guy is like clearly traumatized.
Like, looked like he may have been kidnapped and beaten.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's total shell shock.
Total. The life is just drained from him. He's so bummed out. And she's like, I want to have our wedding.
I want white
Can we get our
horses,
wedding? Yeah. I
and I
want
want
doves.
diamond shoes, and I want it to be really special for everybody. It's my day.
The best is like, can we stop in and do some tuxedo shopping? And he's like, I can't. I have
He's
to
like,
check
I
in
got
with
out
my...
of prison yesterday. She's like, yeah. He's like, I don't really want to show up for tuxedos right now. And she's like, why not?
No, she goes, don't you love me? I guess you don't love me. I guess you don't want to be my husband. That I got. It's like, dude, what? You guys are crazy. The people that are dating these fools are crazier than the inmates.
To her credit, she's the one that when they do decide to just do it quickly, she's like, all I really care about is being married to this guy.
Right, and she
so
didn't
she's
need it
less
all.
about, I need the big thing than I actually just want to be married to you.
Yeah, she kind of got the priority of love.
Most of them don't.
No.
Then there's the lady on Heron.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
So, I mean, here's from what I've learned about prison shows. Prison's not the place you get clean from heroin.
What?
From what I understand, prison's not like a Malibu rehab clinic. It's kind of where you find new supplier. Like the drugs are still
Well,
there.
yeah, because you're like, I don't have a lot going on.
Sure, that's
I'm
when
not
you
busy.
yeah, you should start heroin
And,
in prison.
And I'm not. Yeah, I kind of want to get high all the time.
Kind of.
I would be
God.
dead if I were in prison from
Oh my God.
drogas.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I would be high all the time if I could be in jail.
Yeah.
Dude,
I'd just be shooting scenes and shooting heroin.
at least pot. I'd try to be high on pot all day, every day if I could be.
Yeah. I don't know. It also, it's funny that I think we talked about it, but none of those people, they all are just sad. They just want a safe date.
a
They
safe
just had their
person.
heart broken, too many times. And they're like, this person's in prison. They can't hurt me.
Well, and what's funny too is that a lot of these prisoners are just hustling the people on the outside. There's this great guest of this woman. So there's this one woman who she's dating a guy in prison, and she sends him $200 a month, which for her, she cannot afford $200 a month to send
It's
to this guy.
crazy, yeah.
Like, she's on such a tight budget that she only has $40 left at the end of every month for just like
For herself.
stuff.
Because she's
Yeah.
sending this. The guy who, from his photo, you'd be like, oh, this is a manipulative psychopath for sure.
Total scum
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
And then her friend comes over. Her friend comes over who's been in prison, and she
Yeah.
goes, yeah, I used to scam like two guys at the same time.
Yeah, because you want someone to tell you, I'll take care of you.
I love
you. And also to send you that money.
that commissary money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they want their fucking snacks and their
toothpaste.
corn nuts and their
Yeah,
maxi
of
pads.
course.
Do I fucking watch Orange is the New Black?
Dude, what about these motherfuckers that don't have anyone to do that? They just don't have shit? I mean, that's got to be, how's that even fair?
I think, okay, so from what I know from Orange is the New Black, you can also work shitty prison jobs
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
and make like 35 cents an hour, and then that can go
That
towards
dude is
commissary.
straight up hustling her, man.
Hustling. They're such hookers, dude. And then there's one fucking hooker who's hustling the sweet truck driver on the
my God.
outside.
That one bums me out.
The most. She's like, "Don't you love me? Won't you pay my legal bills?"
And he's like, "You got caught with drugs and a phone. They're saying 8 to 12 years." She's like, "Oh, will you wait for me?" He's like, "I've got your back, baby. I got your back." He's pathetic.
He's
he really
sad,
is.
yeah.
It's really sad, but
It
he's
is
pathetic.
sad.
Are you ready for perhaps the greatest thing a listener has ever submitted to us?
You talked about this at lunch before we sat down and recorded this. I'm so excited.
I didn't expect it, and
Okay,
it's just.
I'm very excited. Whoa.
Here's the email. Hey, Tom and Jean. For the last few days, I've been having a blast calling people with the Christina soundboard I made.
Oh, shit.
I called random people named Jean and Tom, but this might be the best one ever.
Oh, dear.
I told a phone sex operator my name was Bert. Hope you enjoy it as much as I did making it. Keeping him high and tight, Tony W.
Oh, my goodness.
It is a maze.
A maze, excite?
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
You've been talking about it.
Hello, Bert. How are you? This is Vivian.
Hey, Vivian. How's it going?
It's good, honey. How are you?
I'm good.
Are you? I bet you are.
You know, I'm sitting here all sexy with my girlfriend, Christina. We're kind of jerking each other off, and, you know, I was hoping you can get into a little bit of scat play with her while I sit back and masturbate.
Oh, I can do that, baby.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Oh, no. Why does he sound like Bigfoot?
Well, he
He's
just
so
disguised
scary.
his voice a little bit.
Babe, scat play.
I know, but
Oh, no.
you're not ready.
I'm going to put Christina on.
No.
Hi, honey. How are you?
Do you have to shit?
I do. You want to take my nice warm shit, Christina?
How do you masturbate? How do you shit?
I'll take a shit for you. I'll take a nice shit.
I gotta take a shit.
Take a shit, baby. Oh, yeah. Big warm shit. Oh, baby. Oh, yeah, I like all that kind of shit.
God.
I bet Bert would too, wouldn't he? He likes to watch.
Oh!
Nice and warm, baby. I like that a lot.
I've never shit in not a toilet.
Mm-hmm. It's the first time for everything, baby.
It's too hard.
Mm-hmm. It is a little hard, but if you squat down, it's all right.
There you go.
I can do that.
Good job.
Thank you.
Wow. Oh, boy.
Feels so good.
You like that.
Yeah. Pretty hot, isn't it?
I mean, there's more, but this is so well done.
Well, talk about the first rule of improv. Yes, and.
Yeah.
This sex lady is really yes-anding the shit out of
She's
me.
really yes-anding.
Do you have to shit?
I do, baby. You want to watch me shit?
Oh, no. Yeah.
I'll take that big shit.
I like that.
Yeah, just watch it come out of my warm, hot asshole. Play with it, baby. Just jack off.
Yeah.
Where's Bert? Did we lose Bert? Huh? Baby, give me all that warm shit. Every bit of it. I take it.
I mean,
it's really good.
Yeah. Quite a shit.
Yeah.
I mean, think about how, like, if she's the one working the phone, you're like, man, this person really is taking a shit right now.
Wait, I like that he works in the
Yeah. From the H&O.
Yeah, oh my.
Nailed it.
Little king ass ripper.
It only smells.
And she's laughing.
She likes it.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. I mean, you really took a big
I
shit.
really did it.
Oh, and how's Bert doing? Is he jacking that cock off? Huh?
Yeah.
And he had to find like the perfect.
How do they do it? How does he do it in time? I always worry.
He has the soundboard, so he has, he has that. I mean, that's perfect.
Oh, and how's Bert doing? Is he jacking that cock off? Huh?
Yeah.
That's such a throwaway.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Perfect. Here we go. Here's this.
Heil Hitler. Hey, Hitler.
I'd rather not talk about that, sweetie. That's a little offensive. Sorry.
Wow, that's where she draws the line?
She drew the line at Hitler.
Wow.
You said like, hi, Hitler, hey, Hitler. And she's like, I'd rather not.
Right.
You probably have like a nice Jewish lady working the phone.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean,
Heil Hitler. Hey, Hitler.
I'd rather not talk about that, sweetie.
Sweetie.
That's a little offensive. Sorry.
And then you go right back to shitting, and she's fine with that.
Right. She's fine with that, but not a little high Hitler.
Well, I guess, that kind of makes sense, actually.
Does it?
I mean, shit is shit, but like,
yeah,
you're
Hitler's
talking about
Hitler.
Nazi stuff.
Sure.
But it is
But
funny
you don't
to hear.
think she's had Nazi fantasies where the person's like, call me Hitler?
I don't know. Maybe she doesn't work those calls. You know?
How do you wipe?
How do you wipe? You make him lick it up.
Oh,
How does my asshole smell? Huh?
I bet it smells good, honey.
How about would you marry your mom?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah, it's like, I'm killing it. Pretty gross.
Where's Bert?
So you're always in an orgy?
Mm-hmm.
Rub.
Rub-a-dub-dub. 3 men in a tub, baby.
What's your pronoun?
I don't know. What do you want it to be, honey?
What about cum beard?
Sure, if that's what you like.
What's your pronoun?
That's good, baby. Hold.
I like that. She's like, where's Bert?
Yeah, she keeps asking for him.
Yeah, she wants him to step in.
It's my favorite.
What kind of drugs you guys doing tonight?
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean, baby.
If you cum hug somebody without their consent?
Mm-hmm. Oh, we can't do that no more today, honey.
Well, now we've opened up a whole other can of biscuits.
You know, I mean, nothing's allowed to be done anymore, honey.
Look me in my ass, man. How do you decide what you do that day?
Just go what you feel like doing, baby. Go with the flow.
Silly Nazi.
Mm-hmm.
Just go shit.
You like to shit, don't you?
Yeah.
I can tell you do.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
They would call her for writing lab at the.
Are you kidding me? This woman's all pro.
Yeah.
How do you guys deal with feelings?
Oh, fuck feelings. I'm over those. I'd love to have what you guys are smoking, I'll tell you that much.
I peed everywhere. I feel like I've peed all over the earth.
All over the world.
Because you do sound like a total maniac to me.
Of course.
She keeps bringing up
And
drugs.
she's like, yeah,
and
baby.
you're like, yeah, I gotta go pee everywhere.
Whatever you want.
Well, here's your goodbye.
But, darling, I gotta let you go. You can call back for more time if you like, okay? Bye for now.
You didn't even say goodbye.
Wow, that's that shit.
You just shit. Wow.
Wow, that was really impressive. That took a lot of work.
So good.
God,
Did we lose Bert?
And this is great.
Hey, Hitler.
I'd rather not talk about that.
But she really does go with the flow. The only time she pushed back on us was with the Hitler.
Yeah. Which like I said, I mean, I just want to salute Tony.
God damn, Tony.
I mean, that's a lot of work, you know?
Sure
He
is.
isolated stuff, made a soundboard, then made a call, then found somebody to jump in and get involved in it. It was really good. Really
Pretty
good job.
amazed.
Yeah.
Pretty amazed.
Yeah, that's
wow.
pretty.
I have to admit, it's a little weird to hear myself talking like that to a porno lady. I mean, whatever lady.
Phone sex operator.
Yeah. She sounded old as shit, by the way.
You think so?
She's been doing it for a minute.
She's been doing it for a while. Yeah. Well,
Smoking, too.
people wrote in. They said, Mommies, I was minding my business last week, hogging some balls and listening to the show when I was deeply disturbed by what I was hearing. There isn't much that gets my stomach turning, but all the asshole rerouting talk got to me.
Oh, come on.
Wow, this is exactly the silly shit I come for when I get to my mommy's house. Next time, in the spirit of being sensitive to everyone's false personal line of decency, just go ahead and piss on me and beat me. Your friend, Peyton Lafferty. Of course, this is not from last week, but the week before. This is in reference to Johnny Pemberton discussing his colon being removed.
Goodness, he had colitis and had to have his intestines rerouted, and he had a colostomy bag. And
that is just, man.
I thought it was just medically very interesting.
It was
I
very
mean,
interesting, but it was for me
jeez.
difficult to hear too. I did struggle with it.
I'm just so thankful I've never had to deal with anything like
I
that in
know.
my life.
It makes me really thankful too. But I was
God.
like, oh fuck! Just looking at him, he's like a teenager when it happens or something, right? Wasn't he like?
Oh, he's
teen?
like 17 years old.
Fucking A, man.
I know.
Yeah.
So unfair.
Somebody asks, how much do peeners weigh?
I knew we were going to get here.
Yeah.
I knew it. You know, I wanted to go there after we did boobies.
Yeah.
Twig and
But
berries.
obviously, we're not talking about the same kinds of weight.
It's not a lot. I can't imagine
Yeah.
a ton.
Let's start weighing dicks. You should also consider having Tom wear 5 pounds around his neck for a whole day. Try it out. One love, no hate. Matt from Chicago. Of course, Matt's talking about what you're walking around with on that chest of yours.
Whew.
So I should put, oh my God.
And with a baby belly. So I've got a human growing
inside of you.
Coming front wise, and then these tits.
Yeah.
It's a lot, dude. But you know what? Doing Pilates this second time around has really, really helped because my core strength is a lot better now.
Yeah.
But man, the gravity wants you to be forward, pull you forward. It's
Oh.
tough.
How's that baby feeling?
Good. He's kicking around a lot. He's doing really well. We're 20 weeks. I'm halfway there, which is crazy.
You like to shit, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Do you like to shit?
Me?
Yeah.
That's all I talk about.
Yeah.
But a brown talk, if we may do a brown talk update.
A brown talk update?
Pregnancy brown talk.
Pregnancy brown talk. All right.
Next stop, Brown Talk.
Ugh.
Brown Talk coming up.
I got to fart pretty bad, I feel like.
Go for it. Where's the fart mic?
Nah, people are asking about that. I know. We never came through on that. Some people told me they were really disappointed.
I'm really disappointed.
Yeah.
We have extra mics.
I'd love to have what you guys are smoking, I'll tell you that much.
We have extra mics laying
I know,
around.
I
We have the
know.
lines. Can't we just have Blue Band put in a fart mic? We could sit it here in the middle, and then when you've got one coming,
No,
just
I think
grab
the fart
it.
mics need to be on the ground and near your butthole.
Then that's another arm we need to build. Can't we
That's
just put
fine.
one here, and then you just grab the fart mic?
That's a good idea.
It's not that hard,
It's
guys.
not that hard, but I do think I have to pause.
For a brown?
Yeah.
Are you being serious?
I'm being serious. I do think I have to.
Okay.
Well, do you remember what you were about to say?
Of course.
Well, make note of it so that we can.
I'll go pee.
All right. I'm going to take a shit.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It's going to be bad.
Okay.
I can tell
Really?
it's going to be, yeah.
Really?
It's not going to be good. Oh, all right.
How did that brown go?
God, it was very necessary.
What do you think it was?
I don't know. We had healthy lunch.
That's
it wasn't
what
a
it is.
splatter. It wasn't a blaster or anything like that.
What was it like?
I mean, it was just ready to go, but it was a.
Can we have a number?
I mean, I think it was like a 4.5,
Oh, okay.
almost a 5.
Okay. Interesting. But the urgency was there.
Yeah, but yeah, I was ready.
So, what I was going to tell you about pregnancy poops is different because as your uterus grows and expands, it squishes up your intestines.
Yeah.
And progesterone increase makes you constipated. Your digestion slows down.
Mm-hmm.
So now my poops are like rabbit turds, and it can hit me at any time. Like my schedule's all off. I really have to sit down and focus to make the brown. It's kind of a disaster.
Wow.
I mean, I shit this morning, but I just have to be really cognizant of like when the urge strikes. I just gotta honor it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you think you got to follow the leader of your.
Yeah, it's just gonna get harder from here on out too. Once the baby gets bigger and bigger.
You've been doing a lot of this stuff, by the way.
Of what stuff?
Multiple browns all the time.
Well, they're small. I sit down to brown, and that's like kibble. It's like rabbit shit, and then but I just have to keep doing. I have to keep at it until you get something worth talking about.
Would you like to? I mean, there's usually a push present, you know.
Yeah.
Are you interested at all in this at all, or no?
Bridget Boudreau takes milestones and turns them into treasures moms appreciate most.
Breast milk is liquid gold. Breast milk is your diamond made from you. You know, I culture pearls out of your own breast milk, and it's something that you cannot buy off a shelf.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I'm gonna pass.
Why? I could reach out to her.
Joe Bree Milk Charms.
Joe from my son Joey, Bree from Bridget.
Came to be after the birth of her son Joey.
And when you breastfeed, it's something that you do all day and all night. So I really wanted to commemorate the bond that creates between only mother and child.
So you have breast milk jewelry.
I'd rather take like a diamond ring.
But the breast milk's more unique.
I don't want a breast milk ring. I want a diamond ring.
I want to do the breast milk one.
A photo of it on Facebook got noticed. Now, orders are coming in from across the U.S.
Every single piece is unique to them and their story. I have made a memorial piece for a few babies that have passed.
Wait a minute. So is she making it with her own breast milk, or are you sending in your breast milk?
I would
I'm confused
imagine
now.
you're sending in yours.
So that's a lot of work, though. You're not just getting now you got to ship it. You got to
I
ship
don't
your breast milk.
understand. And then
It takes about 3 months for the stay-at-home mom to fill an order. The customized charms cost between $50 and $200. 500 moms shipped their breast
they do
milk to
ship it.
Bridget
Okay.
last year.
Wow. I thought she was squirting her own tit milk and being like, I made you jewelry.
No, but this has to be a severe health hazard. First of all, you're not allowed to FedEx any fluids of any kind. We know that.
I think
so
you can.
You cannot send your body fluids via the mail.
500 moms just did.
You're not supposed to. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure FedEx doesn't let you send jizz or farts or whatever.
Yeah.
Breast milk.
Yeah.
It'll never smell bad, never rot.
A mother of 2 turning a milestone
For some women, this is the very last drop of breast milk they have.
into a moment that can now last a lifetime.
This reporter is making this sound really serious.
Yeah.
And not giving it the good-natured ribbing it deserves.
Yeah.
To a moment that lasts
Well,
a lifetime.
that's kind of symptomatic of our era that we're living in, that everybody has to be honored and treated like it's rational and sane, and you can't call crazy people crazy anymore.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This bitch isn't crazy. She's honoring her breast milk.
Yeah.
Right. No, you can't just call people what they fucking are anymore. God forbid.
That's pretty crazy. Gina, is there anything else?
Well, I mean, I just want to talk about you being a Starbucks aficionado.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I appreciate...
Look at you light up. Look
I
at you
do.
light up. You were ready
Well,
to tap out of this episode, and I brought that
appreciate
up.
good service. And that's the thing is, you know what I find that irritates me more than bad service? People who justify bad service or who think that it's not worth pointing out that there's bad service. They're the worst people on earth. And they're the reason why bad service continues, because these people are like, what's the big deal if somebody sucks at a job that you're paying for? Why don't you just let them suck?
It's not fair because some people take pride in their jobs.
Of course.
And they want to
And you should be
provide
celebrated.
good service. Yeah.
Yeah, because you go into some of these places, not just Starbucks, I'm talking about any service place, and it's awful, and they're just in a bad mood, or they just don't care, and you're like, this sucks.
Yeah.
And I like to celebrate the ones where it's really good. Don't you love it?
I think if I was the person waiting on you at any of the numerous service jobs I'd had, you would have hated me. And
Really?
Yeah.
Complain? No,
You'd
I don't
complain
complain.
about me.
I complain to you. I don't call the manager over.
Now, I was a decent barista.
There you go.
I may have been a decent server at times. But overall, I never cared. I'm not good at the service industry.
I like efficiency. I like when they don't have to know my name or any of that shit.
But you like it.
Everybody does.
You
That's
said
the thing.
today, we're going to go, because there's 3 Starbucks locations in our neighborhood.
Yes.
And we did a rundown of which one we should go to.
Well, the one that we used to go to all the time, that drive-through one, that one's not really good.
Why? No, why is that? I find them to be just fine.
Really?
Fine.
They're inconsistent. That's
Okay.
something that I realize is very nice in the service.
Inconsistent how with how they treat you or the product?
The product.
Oh,
Sometimes they make it
wow.
right, and a lot of times they make it wrong. It's a pretty simple order. They get it wrong a lot.
Now, what is your order so that people can be
my
clear?
order is pretty easy.
Go ahead.
Venti iced coffee.
Okay.
Extra ice.
Iced venti coffee, but go ahead.
Iced venti coffee. Extra ice. No sweetener. Small splash of whole milk.
Now, when you say a splash, you do mean just a hint.
That's it.
A meow.
Sometimes I'm in a store and I'll say that, and then I watch the person take the milk and they go doop, 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 like that. I'm like, hey, no, that's not going to work. What? It's not going to work. You just gave me a glass of milk.
Right.
I don't want to drink a glass
That
of milk.
upsets you.
Yeah, so I actually found a way around it, though.
What's the way?
I asked for whole milk on the side, so I don't even have to put it on the person anymore.
Okay.
I didn't realize you could do that.
Because I will say, nothing strikes terror in my heart more than having to get your iced venti coffee.
Yeah.
Because I know that I have to put that splash of whole milk in for you.
Yeah.
And if it's not the right color of blonde, you get very upset.
I don't get very
and it's
upset.
extra ice. If there's not enough ice in there, you get upset. And I swear to God, it induces a little bit of panic and anxiety in me. No, it does. I'm serious because I don't want you to be unhappy. I don't like that.
I'm not that picky.
No, you don't get mad, but I know that it disappoints you, and I don't like to disappoint you.
It's very sweet of you. I don't feel like I'm that crazy about it, but I do like it made. You know, you like your thing made the way you like it. So, but like I said, I found that I no longer ask for it. I ask for now the whole milk on the side. I go, give me a little short.
So the drive-through one is you found that they're inferior in their consistency and quality product. Now the other location is in a very busy parking lot, and what's wrong with that place?
How it's too crazy. It's chaos there.
The parking, you mean?
The parking,
getting
the
in
place
and out.
itself.
Yeah.
It's very small. It's tough. Now the one that's good also gets too busy. So I will skip that one
interesting.
too.
But
It's
yet
very
that
busy.
one's your favorite of the 3 locations. Why?
No, because it's good. It's good service. That has people in there are in a good. It just shows you. It's like I'm not even asking for it. People that work there are in a good mood. They're always pretty happy. They treat everybody really well. They get really busy and they still maintain their composure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're super nice.
Well, and you said that they know your name now and they know your drink.
They know, yeah. Some of them do. Probably like half of them do.
And that you
and I don't
like
go
too.
there all the time, but yeah.
But you like that they know your
Sure.
your
But
name
like
and
that's
your-
what anybody likes from a service.
Yeah.
You know, is that the person, they remember you, they say your name, they go, oh, I know that you like your thing like this.
Yeah.
It's like going to a restaurant where they go, like, oh, you always get the ham and cheese or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I think Starbucks is like In-N-Out in that they take pride in training their employees very well. They treat their employees very well. They make sure the employees are aware of the products and what everything is about and everything. You don't seldom will you have a Starbucks
Cool nose pick.
Thanks. Seldom will you have a Starbucks employee who's like, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what that drink is. I don't know what that Frappuccino is. They fucking know.
Yeah.
They're trained.
Yeah.
They're trained.
They're trained, man. They're good there.
They
What
are
can
good.
say?
I love Starbucks. I love it.
I know.
Fuck Pete's coffee. I fucking hate it. It tastes like
fuck the coffee
rusty
bean,
nails.
too.
I don't know. I don't mind the coffee bean.
I don't like it.
It's okay.
I'll say this.
I don't mind it.
They're trained well, and the employees actually are usually really nice.
Yeah,
there.
super good.
Yeah, but I don't like their iced coffee, and that's my drink.
I like their vanilla latte. I like the vanilla powder.
Sometimes you get used to a certain taste, and you can't go away from it.
Yeah.
So whenever I have an iced coffee with them, I'm like, ugh. It doesn't
Well,
taste
you're
right.
just used to the Star. Some people hate Starbucks. They think
I
it's
know.
too burnt tasting.
I know.
The
I
seed,
get that all the time.
beans are too burnt. Now, Pete's just tastes like dirt in a cup, though.
no, I don't like that at
fucking hate. I had it the other day at the airport. I wanted to throw up.
I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
All right.
And Dunkin' Donuts can go fuck itself.
That's
hard
the absolute
too.
worst. That is
Yeah.
the worst.
It's just like
of all
water.
time. Terrible.
Yeah.
Gene, this is YMH Dunkers by DJ. Please come to Nashville. Come back to Nashville for fuck's sake. That's the name of the DJ.
Nashville. It's been a while.
Oh, and thanks to everybody ordering the not Los Angeles shirt.
The limited audience of Angelinos who will buy it.
It's a funny shirt, man. Caleb, thanks for the
It's
design.
such a great shirt.
The mugs, Don't You Hate Everyone, and Next Stop Brown Talk mugs. A couple other shirts, and there's some new stuff coming out that will be in the store soon. Thanks again for listening, and thanks for supporting our sponsors. Bye, Gene.
Bye, Mommy.
My tit size is like 2 chickens. My tit size is like 2 chickens. Chicken. That makes sense.
Big tits. Big tits. Drop that bigness slopper.
That makes sense. Quadruple D's.
Drop that bigness slopper.
Quadruple D's.
That's me. What these hangers weigh.
Flaps, slopper.
Hangers, dunkers.
Flaps, slopper.
Hangers, dunkers.
Flaps, slopper.
Hangers, dunkers. Dunk, funky dunkers.
Big tits. Big tits. Big tits. Drop that bigness slopper.
That makes sense.